Hello, good afternoon, welcome back to the vlog. We are getting ready, we just got back from church. We're getting ready to go over we're getting ready to go over to the farm, which is my grandma and grandpa's house. My grandma's sister, so our great aunt, is in from South Dakota. So we're having a family get together with some, I think we're having chili.
I'm grabbing chili.
So
Sounds pretty good.
normal Sunday stuff is gonna be happening, but a quick family get together for lunch, hey, that's what Sundays are all about. So, to the farm! Okay, so I crashed my drone. I was gonna get some aerial footage of the farm and all that and film some of what happened at the family get together, but I obviously didn't because the drone crashed. So I now have to find out, is it broke? It didn't look like I broke anything off of it, but we'll find out, is it still fly and the camera? I feel like an absolute idiot, but Kristen's gonna go meet with a friend for some coffee and I am gonna try and figure this out because I hope I didn't ruin my drone. Yeah. All right, let's go check it out. All right. Good news, it appears to be working fine. There's a little bit of damage on the body of it, but it was flying fine, and the picture seems all right. So, moral of the story, I get too ambitious sometimes, and I was like, hey, I know what would be cool. Let's get some footage of the drone following the car, and then we'll cut to an aerial view of the farm, and then we'll have some footage of us all enjoying a good time, and then that'll be it. And then but it was just a bad idea. I wasn't, there was a lot of things I did not do that I should have done in preparation for that kind of shot. So you live and you learn. I'm gonna go back to being more conservative with the drone for a while, just because I just got it, and I really don't want to have to buy. I really don't want to have to pay to get it fixed, or I really don't want to have to buy a new one. So, gonna try to be a little bit more careful with it. So, good news. Good news. So the reason why I crashed my drone was because I wasn't prepared. I did not think it through. I rushed into something I thought would be fun and cool, and I just did it. So to translate that, a lot of times in teaching I've done the same thing. I will have seen a cool lesson on Pinterest, or someone post something on Facebook, or I hear about something cool from another teacher and I go, oh, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, I'll take a scavenger hunt around the school and doing this and that. And I just rush to it, I get stuff ready, and then in my head I'm like, it's gonna be awesome. But I don't think it through, and then it just is a hot mess. So, my drone incident can really relate to teaching, where in that if you want something to be successful, if you want a lesson to go successful, you really have to stop and think something through. Think through your directions that you're gonna give. Think through the materials that you're gonna need. How are you gonna introduce the lesson? Is there gonna be a hook to your lesson? What's the I do, we do, you do sequence? Is there gonna be an exit ticket? How are you assessing them? What are they supposed to know? What types of questions are you gonna ask? What types of misconceptions might there be? So when you're doing and preparing for a lesson, it's a lot like anything else. If you don't plan through it and think through it, it's not going to go well. And if it does go well, it was probably out of sheer luck, or sometimes you maybe have done it before. For example, there's things that I do in my classroom that are just routine, or I've done them in previous years and I know how to do it, so I don't necessarily have to sit down and plan through it. I do have to think through it still though, but it's just kind of a life lesson I learned today. So think things through. Don't rush to don't rush into things. That's one of my, I think, big downfalls as a person, is that I rush into things and I don't think them through all the way. So yeah, it's fitting, I guess. Fitting that that's the message of the vlog today. But now that I had that whole thing happen, it's kind of taken a big chunk out of my afternoon. I've got to do my lesson plans and I've got to get ready for the school week. So I feel prepared for the school week so that I can get my work done. I can do my lesson plans done. I can make sure laundry's done. I got my clothes set out. All of those necessary things that I have to do to make sure that this week is the best week ever. If you ever need a sounding board, ever need somebody to exchange ideas with, don't be afraid to comment down below and ask for help from me, or ask for help from other community members. We are almost at 800 subscribers. We are starting a small community here. Help each other out in the comments. Anytime you need any help, just go ahead and ask in the comments. So find your gift, share it with the world, and remember, you are worth it. See you tomorrow.